Namaskar. This is Sergio Taranakro, and right now I have with us Francois Gautier, a French journalist and a Sanatani lover who has been curating the Hindu atrocities which has happened in Bangladesh. And now today we are here in New Delhi having an exhibition on the Hindu atrocities which has happened in Bangladesh. And we have with us Mr. Gautier. We would like to know from you the things and your idea behind curating this exhibition today.
So the idea behind is that as a journalist, I have covered Bangladesh many times, and I have seen with my own eyes the persecution of Hindus in Bangladesh and other minorities. So when in 2024, when the student revolts happened, backed by the Jamaat-e-Islami, of course, immediately I got interested, and my wife and I decided that to update this exhibition, which we have in a small museum in Pune called the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum of Indian History. We have the first part of this exhibition, so we decided to update it and bring it to Delhi, and so that Indians know what is happening to minorities and especially Hindus in Bangladesh. I'm a defender of Hindus. I have been for 35 years in love with the Hindu people because I think they're wonderful people, very tolerant, very, compassionate. So my first love in India is Hindus and Hinduism. So this exhibition is about persecution of Hindus in Bangladesh, but also other minorities, Christian, Buddhist, Ahmadiyya Muslim, they're also suffering at the moment in Bangladesh. And they've been suffering for many decades before. So this is why we did this.
So as we can see that there's so many pictures has been put up here.
So the first panel is important because it says Hindu lives matter. The Black Lives Matter, this is a very famous motto. But for me, Hindu lives matter because Hindus have been suffering for 15 centuries. So many invasions in India, from Alexander the Great, to the Portuguese, the British, the Mughals, of course, so many invasions. So Hindu lives matter. It is very important.
Right, sir.
Well, this is a little bit of remembering what is the partition of India. What happened the partition of India. There was a tremendous Holocaust, again of Hindus in partition of India, and the creation of Bangladesh. That India has got nearly 4,000 kilometers of border with Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is a very important neighbor, though it is a small country. Now, Bangladesh owes its freedom to India. I will repeat it again because not many people know that. Bangladesh owes its freedom to India. In 1971, where there was a genocide of minorities and Hindus, particularly in Bangladesh, Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, brought Indian army in Bangladesh, defeated the Pakistanis soldiers. She made 90,000 prisoners, and Bangladesh was created after that. Mujibur Rahman was the first Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Now, at the moment, I think the Bangladesh government is trying to erase this hand of India in the creation of Bangladesh and to erase the role of Mujibur Rahman, who was a very remarkable man. Now, we need to go back also a little bit in history. In 1946, because they wanted, the Muslims of India wanted partition, they wanted their own country, they created a direct attack on Hindus called the Direct Action Day on 16th August 1946. Thousands and thousands of Hindus in Calcutta were murdered and butchered. So this is a remembrance of that, and we wanted, in this exhibition to have one panel like that. They say that in 1971 about a million Hindus and other minorities fled Bangladesh to take refuge into India. Now, throughout the ages, Hindu temples have been destroyed. Hindu and Buddhist and Jain temples have been destroyed in India by invaders. So we also wanted to remind the world how many Hindu temples have been destroyed in India, and also in countries surrounding India like Bangladesh.
Nice.
So one of the acts of invaders, Muslim invaders, has been to desecrate statues. If you go to Vijayanagar, which was the last great Hindu empire in Hampi, you will see that Vijayanagar is huge, so there are huge statues there. So they couldn't break the statues, so they broke all the ears and noses of the statues. So this is also a remembrance of that. Now there's a law in Bangladesh, and I think in Pakistan also, that allows you to take the property, the government to take property of Hindus and other minorities. And although this act was repealed, it is still in effect in Bangladesh. That means that if you're a Hindu, your house can be taken anytime by the government. Chittagong is, of course, a very famous province of Bangladesh, and there are many Hindus in Chittagong.
Right.
So Chittagong has always been the target of Muslim fundamentalists. Now, these are very important panels because rape, is been a weapon of invaders for a long time. And in Bangladesh, we know that many rapes have taken place then and now. And women who are raped do not want to talk. Often they're very silent. So rape is a favorite, and we saw when Hamas attacked Israel, in October 2023, how much rape happened then. Again, 71, the genocide of Hindus. The genocide of Hindus in 71 is one of the greatest genocides of the 20th century, with that of the Armenians in Turkey. So we wanted the world to remember that. Now, Buddhists have been the target of invasions also throughout the centuries, and in Bangladesh also they have been attacked repeatedly, by not only by the mob but also by the police and the army. So this is an image of a statue, a Buddhist statue that was damaged in a temple that was destroyed. And this is a Buddhist monk that was killed. Well, we know his name, and there have been reports about him. You know that at the moment there's a Buddhist monk, he's not a Buddhist, he's from ISKCON, that's been imprisoned by the Bangladeshi government. Right. Christians also have been targeted repeatedly. So this is 2019, where several churches were attacked in Bangladesh. This is one of the famous massacre of Christians, the Banyachar massacre in 2001. This is a Christian lady. Of course, Christians, especially American Christians, tend to record, and be vocal about other Christians who are persecuted. But unfortunately, Hindus don't do that for their brother Hindus and sisters as much as the Christians do. No, Ahmadiyya Muslims is a branch of Islam. There are quite many in India, actually, in Bombay particularly. I think the founder of Wipro, which is one of the largest IT companies in India, is an Ahmadiyya Muslim, Aziz Premji. So this is 2005. They're also suffering in Pakistan, of course, the Ahmadiyya Muslims. Not in India. In India, they have freedom of religion and freedom of expression. Now we come to the student revolt of 2024. Some of my friends feel that it was a spontaneous revolt, but we know for certain that the Jamaat-e-Islami backed up the student revolt and took that opportunity to Islamize further Bangladesh. Hindus in Bangladesh are still, although their population has dwindled from 30% in the beginning of the century to 6-7% today, they're still, they were quite vocal in the beginning. Now they're much more silent. So this is the beginning of the student revolt. Again, temples are attacked because temples are, in Hinduism, a central pillar of the community. People go there not only to pray, but to talk, to sit, to listen to music. So temples are very important. So there's some of the attacks in 2024. This is a famous folk singer in Bangladesh, Hindu folk singer, and his house was attacked also. So he's very famous. I believe even in India, I didn't know about him. Buddhist, Christians again. Many school teachers and school principals were Hindus, so they were targeted in the beginning and made to resign or made to. One of them was made to do sit-up to hold their ears, in public. Decline the share of this is up to 2022. You see, 33% in 1901. And 2022 so it's about 7% today Hindus are left only in Bangladesh. So we believe, this is ISKCON, but we believe that not only mobs are going after Hindus, but also the army and the police who often stand silent when Hindus are attacked. So we wanted to also highlight this courageous monk who is still in jail. As I said, no world leader has spoken publicly about the persecution of minorities in Bangladesh. So this last panel is about the silence of the world, and the world kept silent. And finally, this is our museum in Pune. Many school children come and visit the museum nowadays. This is the museum in Pune where this exhibition comes from, and it will go back to the museum tomorrow, actually,
All right.
because the exhibition is closed tomorrow.
A French journalist and a Sanatan lover who has curated all the atrocities which is happening in Bangladesh for the world to be heard. This is a story which has been put up here so that the story demands to be heard by the rest of the world. Thank you very much for your time and for curating such a beautiful exhibition which needs to be heard. And we believe that through your effort, this will go to the world and this will be an awakening for the rest of the Hindus and the nation and across the globe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. This is Tejo Talana signing off for Sudarshan World.